Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry I've been away for a while, but I've had to deal with certain things at home and I haven't been able to travel, but you know, I'm back traveling again for a little bit. And right now, as you can see, I'm in the area of Mexico City called Condesa or La Condesa, which is a very popular area here for many reasons. This is Park de Mexico, which is a nice little park right in the center. I'm staying at a place back there, which I'll post, or you have seen. It's quite a nice little place, really quiet, and has air conditioning. So a couple of things you need to know when you come to Mexico is you want to get a place, if you can afford it, if you could find it, a place that has air conditioning and is quiet. Because if you want to sleep, you need a quiet place. And air conditioning, hopefully. They never used to have air conditioning in Mexico City. They tell me that it's only gotten warm in the last few years, and now places are installing air conditioning, whereas before they didn't need it. But if you're not used to the heat here, I say it's a good idea. So right now I'm walking through the area of Condesa, and I'm making my way up to Roma Norte. Roma Norte is another area here in Mexico, popular, very pretty, and I'm just going to explore a little bit. So just walk with me for a bit as I make my way there.
Wow, you're already expecting.
So the nice thing about this area is that it has a lot of trees and green, so that it's actually quite pretty. There's lots of restaurants to eat at. It can be a little pricey, It's not necessarily the cheapest place to stay in Mexico City, but I don't know if there is a cheap place to stay in Mexico City. It is an international city, so you're gonna find places here are gonna run you about $100 US, 80 US, upwards $200 US, depending on where they're located and the quality. So just be mindful of that. Prices in Mexico City tend to be high, again, because it's an international city. But it's worth it to come here for a few days just to explore. If you've never been to Mexico City, I really recommend you do. There's a lot of things here to see, like the museums and galleries, the restaurants, the neighborhoods, a lot of really nice places. People tell me there is a bit of pollution here, so and it's hot, which doesn't help. So be mindful of that. I don't notice it as bad as some other cities like Bangkok and places like in India. So compared to places in Asia, this is actually not bad, but just be mindful that yeah, it's not the cleanest city, but it's worth it for a few days. Come here. You can see the Mayan ruins just outside the city. Again, there's a lot of things to do here, so take advantage of it. So join me as I explore this area. I'll be here for a few days, so join me as I explore a little bit of Mexico City, and I can show you around a bit, and hopefully I'll give you an idea of the place, some of the places to check out, and hopefully give you a bit of an idea of what it's like to come here and walk around. There are a lot of expats here, younger people living here. And it's not a bad place to live, work remotely. The Wi-Fi situation here is really good. The amenities are really good. You could get a relatively cheap apartment on a monthly basis. So if you want to come here for a month or more, you'd probably be able to get a much more affordable place. So that could help if you can afford to be here for that long. Yeah, so let's go along and see what there is to see in beautiful Mexico City. I'm back. We are in Roma Norte, and we are in the center. The park is called Parque Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro, I guess, named after Brazil. And it's a pretty little park. It's cloudy, but that's how it is right now. The weather hasn't been that great here. So warm, cloudy. But this is the Central Park in Roma Norte. And look, they have a statue of David right in the center. But I have to say, I'm enjoying my first day here, just walking around. And I'm going to explore this little area. There. Looks kind of cool, huh? It's a very nice little atmosphere here. It's kind of like Condesa, but a little smaller. I'm just gonna walk up here and see what there is to see. Explore this wonderful little neighborhood of Roma Norte. I have to say, I am enjoying it. This is like everyday Mexicans. I am seeing some expats and some travelers. Not a lot, but enough. If you come, definitely bring some good running shoes because there's a lot of walking to do. I like the fact that, you know, that there's all these trees here. You know, there's a lot of green in this neighborhood. I think that might be allergies. There's a lot of green here, which is so nice compared to some other places. So for any of you who feel like, you know, Mexico is unsafe or anything like that, I need you to dispel this notion. Mexico is not unsafe. It's like any major, especially Mexico City, it's like any major city. Obviously you're gonna have some crime. It's not perfect, but it's not a place where you feel targeted or anything like that. It looks like a cute little restaurant. Sushi. Tiene carta? Oh, you don't work here, right? Yeah. Do you have a card? Card. Gracias. The menu? Just gonna look at the menu. Inglés, por favor. It's nice when you find a sushi place you can eat at. I might decide to eat here. Also, the cool thing here is you can take an Uber anywhere. They're pretty cheap, so don't feel like you have to stay in that neighborhood. And Roma Norte is pretty close to Condesa, so Condesa, Roma Norte, they're pretty close together. Thank you. So, you know, they're kind of like, yeah. This is sort of what I would expect from a place like this. I'm just going to take a picture. I might come back later. Thank you. I might come back later. Thank you. I'm always trying to keep track of all these places where I can eat because, you know, I don't always want to rely on Google or, you know, I like to actually see the place, feel it, feel the vibe, and take it from there. But yeah, this street here I'm approaching is called Colima, and it's a very pretty street. It looks very Spanish colonial in style. A lot of little street restaurants you can see here. I'm gonna take a little walk. This would be a nice place to stay as well. Blanco Colima. This looks like a very nice little restaurant. I'll probably come in here later. I'm just gonna look at the menu here too. Yeah, it's not too bad. Let's see what, it's all drinks. Okay, here. Yeah, it is what it is, right? I mean, any major international city, this is what it's going to be. Just flip around, see if I can see more. Thought I'd show you that. Get you an idea of the prices. They are expensive, I have to say. But again, this is a high-end restaurant. As you can see, I'm going to take a picture. Very nice place. Rosetta is another nice place. So what I hear, if you can hear it, you can hear the construction. And this is another reason probably I wouldn't stay in this area right now, is because of that. So, not a very pleasant sound. So I'm going to go back the other way. All these cute little places. This place is cute, Maya. Hola. Do you have a menu? Menu? Okay. Gracias. I can't see. It's fish. Pescado. Pescado, solo pescado?
No, meat, beef,
Carne.
piglet, carnitas, shrimp, squid, New York steak.
¿Y precios? ¿Cuánto?
Precios.
Ah,
This is the mains.
sí, sí. 400? 400?
480. This is the starters, appetizers.
Let me take a picture.
Sí,
Gracias.
sí. Placer.
Yeah, thank you. Gracias. I'm just scoping out the area, trying to see what's the place to eat, but I wouldn't eat here right now just because of the construction. It's really loud. I would try to look for a quieter place. That's one thing I really don't like, is going to an expensive restaurant that's beautiful, you know, the interior, the service, the food, and then it's like the noise outside is horrible, you know. I need to be able to relax. It's so critical. So I'm just going to go down this way. Hopefully there's some more little places. And food stalls. I guess if you want to go on a budget. You could eat here. Oh wow. Looks really good. That's nice. actually this is a pretty good option, you know, maybe for lunch or something. And you want to save your money and not spend it all day. You save some money. Some really nice stuff here. I might pick up a little croissant. I usually don't do this, but since I'm here in Mexico, I might just take advantage of it and pick up something here sweet. It looks really good too. You gotta experience these things, right? You know, you never know when the next time you're gonna come here. So, I mean, Mexico City is a really cool place. So you gotta experience it. See what they got. Y un de estos. Para los bar.
¿Cuál es tu nombre?
José.
José, ok. 124, por favor. Tarjeta o efectivo.
Cash.
Ok, perfecto.
¿Cambio?
Sí. Te van a hablar por tu nombre, por favor.
¿Cómo?
Te hablan en un momento por tu nombre, José. Gracias.
Gracias. So I have to say, this is a very cool pastry shop. I'm definitely gonna come back here. Good place to do some work. Like, the more I'm here, the more I want to be here for like a month. I just want to be in Mexico City, in this area for like a month. Just hang out, do some remote work, you know, living the dream. Well, that was amazing. That was a great pastry. I'll be back there again for sure. So I'm just going to continue walking along Colima. I got to remember the name of that street. And it's a pretty little street, a lot of colonial looking buildings. I mean, there is some construction going on here. This is the parking lot behind me. It's starting to dribble a little bit, Nothing too major, but getting a notification from my friend Mariana. It's one thing, you know, it's nice to have friends here in the city that you can visit and share your experiences. So if you can, try to find some friends here in Mexico City and, you know, go places. Go have dinner and go to museums, galleries, hang out, go to cafes. It's really nice. It's good to share. You could also rent a bike, I guess, but I actually prefer walking because with walking you can kind of duck in and out of places depending on what you see. Oh, this looks like a cool cafe. Constella. So many nice cafes. And I tell you, you know what's really nice is not having to see Starbucks. I mean, when I see a Starbucks, I know it's trouble. So I prefer to not see them. I think it's a good sign. It is really nice with the trees here. It's so cool that they honor the trees, look after the trees, take care of them. Gives you, you know, covers you from the sun. But I have to say there is like a bit of a smell. It's not like quite sewage, but there is a smell to this area. Not exactly sure how to describe it. It's not unpleasant, but it's not neutral. Come along with me. This is what I'm talking about. See that building across the street? It's a colonial style building. I'm going to cross it because I don't think you can see it very well. I just want for you to look at it. It's a really pretty street. You see a lot of these buildings like in Coyoacan, other areas of Mexico City that are a little older. You're going to see these types of buildings. I remember staying in Coyoacan, and there's a lot of these old colonial buildings. Quite nice. I like it. I'm more traditional that way. See if there's anything more down here. If not, I'll wander back. It looks like we're coming to the end of it. I'm going to wander back and see if I can find another area to explore. Welcome back. So I'm still in Roma Norte, and I'm just wandering around, seeing if I could find a nice street. Here we have a large avenue. We'll wander around here a little bit. It's not as intimate as Colima, which is a very pretty street, but still, you know, there's lots to see here. One does have to be careful crossing the street because there are cars and bikes coming from every direction, and it's not always legit. I'm crossing a red light here almost because the lights here take forever to change. You just got to be very mindful. Here we go. So it's very exciting. You know, my first day here, it's a very exciting first day. It's sort of not the same as my first time in New York City a long time ago. I remember when I first went to New York City, how exciting it was. That first day, the excitement, you know, the thrill, the rush. I get a bit of that here, you know. Not all the areas, but there's little pockets. There's pockets in Roma Norte, Condesa. Right now, I think, I'm not sure where I would rather live. I like Condesa because it's right next to the park. And I think that's really nice to have that large park in front of you. I'll be doing a little video in that park. So keep your eye out for it. I love the little murals here. This looks like a nice little tea shop. Tea shop, right? Nice.
Do you want to see the menu?
It's okay. You look tired. You tired?
Me? No, I'm okay.
Oh, very nice. Bueno. Gracias. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Can I take a picture?
Sure.
Yeah. Gracias. That's a nice tea shop. But if you notice the prices, they're over 100 pesos for tea. So like, it's not cheap. It's a boutique place. You got to be careful here with your expenditures because you could spend a lot of money here in Mexico City. Don't think coming to Mexico City is cheap. Just like the same way I talked about Tulum. Tulum is like an international beach destination. It's not cheap. Mexico City, in the same way, is not cheap. I live in Toronto, and it's not cheap. And you go to New York, it's not cheap. It's like it's on the same level. You would think it would be cheaper, and I'm sure there's cheap places here. I'm sure if you are not in these popular zones like Condesa, Polenco, Roma Norte, Roma Sur, Reforma, these areas which are traditionally, you know, fancier and more attractive, I'm sure you could find much cheaper places to be. But it's different. It's a different experience. It's not going to be the same experience. Let's see what this street is. This looks like a cute little street. Mandarino. Again, I'm just wandering aimlessly here and just trying to feel the place out. That's what I usually do when I go to a new place. I just walk. I mean, I kind of have a general direction, but I just go and wander and just feel it out. I recommend you guys do that too. You know, just take a chance. Don't always feel like you have to, you know, be on a Google map all the time. Just wander around. So I think, again, we're sort of stepping out of the zone. Nice little cafe. Cute little shop. Clothes. So where would I rather live? New York City or Mexico City? Well, to be honest, New York City is one of my favorite cities in the world. Artistically, just the galleries and the museums are just out of this world. Mexico City's nice. I think I'd like to be here maybe for a month or so. I could see myself being here for about a month and just exploring more of the city and learning more about it. Making friends here. But as far as living somewhere, I think New York City. And again, in New York City, you have to, be conscious of where you live, like Manhattan or Brooklyn. There's a lot of different places you could live. It's not cheap, but then again, nowhere is these days. If you're living in a big metropolitan city, you're going to pay quite a lot. Inflation, cost of living, rents, it's everywhere. It's really high. So, anyways, let's see what there is to see. Hopefully there's more.
This was a house, and this house was built in 1907.
Oh wow, 1907.
More than 65% at the house is the original from 1907.
Right.
Both glasses are the original.
Oh, the stained glass.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
This is the Belafonte group. Belafonte is the name of the Italian ship. It's the Belafonte, and this bar is the replica of the bar on the ship.
Ah. So when was this made, this bar? How many years ago?
We opened in 2015. All the restaurants
So,
opened in 2015.
a concept.
Yes.
Beautiful. So this used to be a house?
Yes,
Mansion?
was a house. This house belonged to a doctor of the president of Mexico. The name of the president was Porfirio Diaz. His doctor lived in this place.
Very beautiful.
But this house was a house, here was a house, then was a museum, art school, and high school.
Beautiful.
Yes, different.
Beautiful. Look at this, eh? Well, it's definitely one of the most beautiful restaurants in the area. Thank you. And it's easy to make a reservation, right? No, I won't make it today, but when I know the time,
Yes, don't
I
worry.
will. I'll just call. And your name is Rafael, right?
Yes, my name is Rafael. It's a pleasure for me. And whatever you want, this is your house, this is your...
I'll call you.
Yes.
You'll be my guy.
Okay.
You'll be the man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Gracias.
Bye.
So I just got a little tour of Blanco Colima, which is a really nice restaurant here on Colima. And yeah, it's a very cool place. I only started filming halfway through when I realized I could film this, but I think you got the idea. It's quite a nice little spot. So if you're in Roma Norte and you want to have a romantic dinner or a nice, quiet place to, to eat and so forth, I would recommend this place. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's not that crazy expensive either. Like 500 pesos, 400 pesos. That's what? 40 bucks, 30 bucks. It's not that expensive relative to New York or Toronto or London. Anyways, I think I'm going to get myself an Uber and go back to my hotel and just freshen up. Hopefully I'll be going out tonight, so stay tuned and we'll see some nightlife.